Good evening everybody, welcome to Sunday night. My name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, and tonight we're going to do a circular flip card. So I haven't got one made for you already. I've been making some custom cards today, so and I haven't been well this week, so I have just wanted to come on and do something a bit quick. So I've got a piece of not Malamo, it is Petunia Pop, and this piece of paper is from, let me just find the paper, Full of Life Designer Series paper, and it's got a whole lot of different watercolour patterns and designs on it, so it's quite a nice pack. So this is one of the sheets out of it, and it's obviously got the different gradients and it goes into the blue. So to do our swing card, you don't have to use Designer Series paper. You can use, you can just stamp it if you want. So you're going to start off with a standard card base, standard like that, and then we're going to fold that on itself. If you wish to score it, you can. I find just as easy folding it back on itself, and then using the bone folder to get a nice crisp base. Let me refresh my page so I can see if there's anyone watching with me. I'm going to put it on mute. Okay, so that is our card base. What I'm going to do with this Designer Series paper, I've actually just cut it so that it was the width of a standard card base. So it's going to be 1 7/8, and actually I haven't cut it down because it's still at the 6x6 size, so I need to cut that down to actually I'm going to take the dark bit off. So if you're doing centimetres, it's 14.85 for the card base, so 14.35 for the mat, which is around 5 5/8. Okay, so then we're going to come in here at 2 7/8, which is 5 0.25. And come and cut there, and that should give us, if I've cut it properly, I haven't probably, no, slightly up. So I'm going to get rid of those. And this is going to go on the front. And then this one's going to go on the inside here. Okay, so it's going to get glued on like that, which I'm going to do now. Sorry everyone, I actually didn't, my brain is not kind of functioning very well, and I forgot to put a post up to remind you, so I won't be surprised if I'm here by myself tonight, and that's okay. So this one here, and the reason I just cut it as I needed it is so that I could make sure that those pieces extend through. You could definitely stamp if you wanted to. I'm going to put a piece of white there, but I'll do that after. And so what we're going to do now is you need 2 layering shapes and a piece of photocopy paper. So I'm using the Spotlight on Nature dies, and you're going to use the smaller of the 2. So this one is, you can choose whichever size you want, but if I was to put this one in, that is 2 3/4, and that one will be 3 1/4. So those are the 2 that I'm using, and we're going to need the big machine to do this. So let me just grab that. Okay, so we've got our big cut and emboss machine, and what we're going to do is we're going to, before we cut that, we're going to cut the smaller one of the circles with just a piece of photocopy paper, because we just need to, oh, there's a piece of card in there. How did that, no wonder it was hard to cut before. So just a piece of copy paper, run that through. This is going to help us find the middle of line our circle up. Obviously if you've got a different shape that might be easier, so we're just going to take our piece, fold that back over so that you can see the line. I'm going to line this back up with our, I've got some post-it flags that I'm using for my die cutting today, so I'll pop that, just make sure it's fitting back in there. I'm going to catch it on the inside, and I'm going to have it so it's sticking over, because then it will catch on the cardstock. Right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to bring our card base in, and we're going to decide where we want our circle, not too far from the bottom or the top. In the middle is good if you want it as well. So you want to line this line up here with the line in your cardstock, which I can't just see there. So that looks like, and I'm just going to push the flags on. Now, before we run it through, we're actually going to bring it further back, and our top plate is not going to cover the whole thing. So we're going to make that go further through, and we're just going to line that top plate. Oops, that's a bit stiff. I'm going to line the top plate with the fold. So that's another reason to have that folded piece in the middle. And you're just going to run your die through there. Oops, clunk because it's so heavy. Right, and while we're here, I'm just going to cut out another piece of, actually let me cut out a piece of white. So we need to cut a piece of, 2 pieces of white with this size, and a piece of that one. See if I've got some that I can just, okay, so 1 white, which hopefully I might get, no, both out, and then 1 Petunia Pop, top plate cut as normal. Hi Alison, how are you? Oh, I've got my thing has moved somehow. And then I need another white. I'm done with that one. Let's see if it's cut okay. How are you coping in this heat, Alison? It's pretty warm. It's been pretty, we've had all fans on, all doors open, trying to get air in so that we can cool down and cool the house down. Hasn't put the fan on in here. on high. It feels a bit early to be doing all of that, but that is where we're at today. Okay, so we don't need that piece anymore, but if you're wanting to make more cards, then definitely keep that to the side so that you can use, you don't need to make another template. Right, that's a little bit squished. That's okay. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we have our card, and so that is what our circle pop. Oh no, I did see your post. I hope it's nothing too serious. Okay, so one of our circles is going to go in here. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of Stampin' on that first. And I'm going to use the Thoughtful Wishes. Not quite. I don't think I've used this one, which I thought was kind of cute. It's like a dandelion maybe. That's not big enough. Oh, it might be. Some of my markers. I haven't got Petunia Pop, but let's go garden green. And just some of the other colours. Gorgeous grey. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of colouring on our stamps. So I'm just gonna use one of my markers. Now this is not the alcohol pens, these are the water-based markers, in case you're thinking, oh that's cool, I can draw on my stamps. The alcohol markers will stain your stamp, but the water-based ones are just like our stamp pads, but obviously in a pen. So just going to run over. This is a quick and easy way to get the two-tone look that you want on a stamp. Hopefully you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape, and I feel like I'm, oh sorry, make you a bit dizzy. I feel like I'm miles away and I'm hurting myself leaning over. Let's move that forward a bit. Okay, so I think that's all done. And then you're just gonna, what we say, huff. You're just gonna huff on it. And then we're gonna stamp. I'm just gonna stamp in the, a little bit off to the side. And press really, really hard. Hi Maureen, how are you? Get a really good pressure going on it. And there you go, you get a two-tone stamp. And this has some words which I might just kind of put through the middle there with black. Excuse me. Let's see, might not like it. Can't see it. that's okay, we will fix that because that's easy. I'm doing okay. I've had a few migraines in this week, so but it's getting to that time of the year, I think, and that's what it is. I hope that's what it is. Alright, so if I'm gonna pop that scissors. Like that. Might go just a little bit higher. There. I'll pop some dimensionals on there. And then I'm just going to set this right there, like so. And then this is going to get glued on here, so we want to make sure that that's nice and straight. Just pop some glue. It is definitely time to have a break. We've got 3.5 days left before the holidays, and I am well and truly ready for them. I'm not looking forward to the heat though. That is starting to rear its head. So we want to make sure it doesn't move for a start. So you want to make sure that it's lined up on the back here as well. Okay, and then we're going to have a look at our piece here. I'm going to put the nice side this side, although it still looks nice that side. So it's going to get glued on there. So I'm going to put some glue in the circle there. I want it to come up as much as possible. I accidentally cut that, but that's okay. I'm just going to line this up on this side to get an even piece on there. I quite like that purple flower, that's really pretty. Oh, I know I've gone through that. So then we've got another one which is going to go here that we can decorate. I appreciate you. Let's put that in there. Oh gosh, it's very, very hot. Hope everyone's had a lovely weekend. We had our school end of year performance on Thursday night, and it was, our kids were just outstanding. It was cool, so good to see. But this makes for a very long week once you've done that. And I was only part of the organising group. I wasn't even taking group practices and stuff like that, but it is we had not enough seats, which is, you know, I guess in a way a good problem to have, but not really, because we want our whānau to be sitting and be comfortable and enjoy their time and want to stay. And then, yeah, but it was great. So we've just had our big canopy and turf laid, which has made such a difference. I don't know where my piece of paper went. Here it is. So I'm just going to do another flower there. Like so. I keep forgetting about our Stampin' Right markers and using them to decorate our cards, and maybe should have done that before I cut it out, but that's okay. Still has the impact that we're after. Okay, so when we have it closed, now ladies, help me out. Do we just put a white piece there? Or yeah, I think we just put a white piece, because otherwise, not that white piece. If I put designer series paper there, it's probably not going to have the same effect either. Yeah. Yeah. And get rid of that. And we can pop this in here. That way. And it gives a spot to write on. And there is our card all finished. I guess the key thing with this, ladies, is to make sure that when you are doing your circle that you've got your top plate only at the crease mark. You can use any shape you like, and having having a piece of copy paper where you can find the center and then attach it back to your die, which is what I did. Pop it back on the die, attach some post-it notes or some washi tape or painter's tape, and then line it up on your piece so that your fold lines up with the score in your card. Then you only cut that first part. That will then give you that effect. Do I want to very soft? Very light. There we go. And then so when you've got it closed, you've got a nice, thank you, Alison. I'm quite pleased with that. Actually, I haven't used that stamp before. I'm just going to hold it flat so it does fit into a standard envelope, and it you know, it'll work with any DSP. And if you don't have DSP that you want to use, it'll work. You can stamp around the first two sides, and then have your white piece. There's lots of different options. We did have some dies that did it, yes, Maureen, a few years ago, and it had, like, it cut out the whole card shape. They were more suited to American card sizes, like most of the things back then. So it did make our cards quite small, but yes, and they had the scoring and stuff on them as well. Excuse me. Yeah, so that is our card for this evening, and that is our last one for the year. I think I mentioned last week when there was only 1 or 2 people here, but that's okay. I think I put it as this week as the one that we're going to finish on. Let me find the calendar. And then for January, let's see, the 19th of January is when I will be back doing lives. So just over a month. I hope that everyone has a fantastic Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Get some time for some crafting and some family time. Enjoy the sun if that's your vibe. I like to try and avoid it. I get too hot and I get very burnt if I'm out there too long. So please have a fabulous break. My first in-person class is actually on the 12th of January. That is also a class by mail, so if you are interested in that, please pop onto my page and have a look at the events, and it's listed there of what we're doing. One of the cards is up there already, and by the time we do that class, that paper will just be retired. But I'm hopeful that you don't mind that we're using it if it's a week old, a week past being retired. But thank you, Alison, and thank you, Maureen. Both of you have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you on the 19th of January. I have got two people that I need to flip that up. Two people, Alison and Jill, put in cards for this week, so I will do a spin and then they can let me know, get in touch, and I'll send them. Jill. So Jill, I've got the dots for you already, and I will have a look at what else I've got that I can offer you as your prize. Thank you very much, both of you, for continuing to make the cards and pop them up and share them with everybody. It's very much appreciated. It's great to get inspiration from lots of other people, and I just enjoy the fact that you want to make something that I've shown you. So alright, I am going to thank you again and leave you now, and I will see you on the 19th. Bye for now.